Hi everybody, this is Dorothy Kelty with Raccoon Alley Creations, and I am part of the collaboration with Vals Crafts Creations. The hashtag for that is hashtag collab with Vals Crafts Creations. Okay, so pretty straightforward, and there's going to be a huge giveaway. Basically, everybody is contributing something to the giveaway. The way you win is to look at each of these channels, to subscribe, to like their video, and to go back to Vals Crafts Creations launch video on January 24th and like and subscribe to her, like her launch video, and tell her that you've done it all, that you've done all three of those for all the channels, okay? And then you'll be entered in. There's 15 to 17 or 18 different prizes. I'm going to share with you just a minute my flip through, which includes the prize that I've got that I'm contributing. And also I'm just going to show you the second journal that I made for me. So I'm doing the Steampunk, and there's 4 different kits: purple dried flowers, cream dried flowers, Steampunk, and Victorian roses. And these are coming out between February 28th and January 28th and February 4th. So as you can see, a lot of them have already been done. So mine is on the 31st, so I'm kind of about halfway through. The other person who's going to be doing this with me is Junk Journal Diva. So her journal will come out the same day mine is January 31st. And at some point, Val will also be demonstrating what she did with the Steampunk kit. Okay? So let's go over here now. And I'm going to put this journal aside. This is the one I'm keeping, but this is the one that's for the giveaway. Now, this is a folio with ephemera, okay? So this folio, and there will be a link below to the videos and how I made it, is just opens up. It's got one signature in it, and then it has a package of ephemera that's going to go with it, okay? So this on the cover, the way I did this is just one of Val's cards, and I put it on a background piece of cardboard, and I took a copper metal and embellished around the edge of it, and then I've got 4 brads going through here. These are they're not brads. They go through and then they're hammered in place, so they're there for good, okay? And then this closure, I have the metal things down the side of this closure, and I've sewn around the fabric holding it to the cardboard that I used. And then I have a button. This button is a button with a metal shank here, and I have a just a little dangle here, and that is holding that button in place. So if you take this off, you need to be very careful that you don't cause it to fall apart. And this elastic just wraps around here, and then I have a key and another little gear holding it together. This would not have to be held together with elastic. I happen to have a lot of elastic. So in the center of the signature, the strings that are tying it in come up and come over to the top. And these white, oops, they're all tangled up. But so they have on the bottom of them 2 little metal dangles on it. And then I have 3 chains that are attached to a pin on this, and the string kind of goes through to hold it in place to make a nice little metallic tassel on the side of the journal, okay? the left side opens up, and here we have 3 pockets, and the pockets peek out on this side, and then there's 2 more pockets with journaling cards inside. Now, most of the ephemera I use did come from Vals Packet, but there are a few things that I had around because I've been planning a steampunk journal for quite some time. For example, these 3 came from Val, but this butterfly did not. Okay, so, and this one, this is actually a picture of a wall decoration. And what I did was I printed it on a guest check from a restaurant. And so I printed it on the back of that. And then I cut it to fit this size, okay? So it's kind of fun to print things on other things besides this. Okay, now here is the top of the signature, and this is held in place with a paper clip so it can be moved around the journal. And so I have embossed some pages here for texture on it, and then I have a pocket, and then this card came out of Val's kit. So she found some just really, I think, wonderful images to use on this. Okay, I don't have Val's pages on the pages of this. I simply am using them for embellishments because I would have had to cut out the design, and they were not quite. I made this longer, and the designs didn't fit well that way. But I've taken coffee or tea dyed paper or avocado dyed paper. This is a vellum graph paper, all kinds of papers, and just used Val's kits to embellish them all. So I have a tuck spot, so one of the pieces of ephemera could go in there. This is a flip up, so you can still journal here, but it's decorated with, this was cut off of a full page of Val's ephemera. This is just glued in place. I thought the colors went really well. This is paper that I bought from Amazon. So here we have a tuck spot, and I've got it on music paper. And then this is an envelope. This could be glued closed, or it can be left open the way it is and used for journaling. So I just decorated the inside of that to make that kind of fun. And I like to hang them out so that shows lined paper, just very simple. Here's a belly band made with some little bitty images. Some of these are just scrap images. And then here is also a pocket made with a couple other images that I've got. And this is just really just kind of a grungy blank paper to use for journaling. Could swap that out with some of the other ephemera. This is just edge of the page. It could have been glued on with a belly button, but I just decorated the edge of the page. Here we have a science terms from a dictionary, and I put, this is a vintage exposure filter record that I got. This is a plastic paper clip, but I took some metallic brass paint and painted on them to give it a little bit more, a little bit more of a grungy, steampunky look. Here's a beautiful library envelope from Val with one of her tags. And instead of putting a ribbon or something through there, this is just one of those brads. It's just hammered through and then hammering on the back to open the edges. So this could be journaled on. It's fairly light or not, whatever the person who gets this wants to do. So remember, this is one of the giveaway prizes. Okay, here we have just some map and some other pieces of paper with on the back here is one of Val's cards. Actually, it was a tag that I ran through the embossing machine. And then I just had this image that I stuck on top of my little collage. This is printed on cardstock, so definitely good for journaling. And you could glue something here if you wanted to journal on this page. Okay, another trick you can do, which I think is fun, and I almost hesitate to do this. I did do it other places in the journal, but another thing you can do is just take regular old Scotch tape and you press it down pretty good, and then when you pull it off, it takes some of the words. Now, what I did in some pages is I did strips on it, so you can journal in those strips and still have some of the dictionary page there, okay? Here's a little waterfall flip. You can write on the backs of all of these and the fronts on most of them. And a couple of these images, like this one here and this one here, are from Vals' kit. So she really had a pretty good variety. Now, I cut this off of one of her pages that she made for a journal. And then I have various cards and things in here. So this is a belly band that's put on the back of like a master board. This is one of her cards with just some lined paper on the back. Here's one of her cards. Look how cute that postcard is. Printed smaller. And then this one is part of hers with journaling on the back. So, and of course you could also journal on the graph paper. Okay. I left a lot of blank pages because, like I say, you are getting some ephemera so that you can play with it and do things with it yourself, whoever wins this. Just glued on to decorate the page. This piece of paper was, I had it on my desk and I did a lot of, stamping, and it came over the side. I liked it. So I put it in here, cut off a piece and put it in here. And then I've just added some images down here to make a little decoration. And this is where it was torn, but I think it looks great. So once again, I've used this vintage paper for journaling on the dictionary page. Here we have another flip, a waterfall flip with a fabric cover. This is matte fabric. I just love it. So lots of journaling space there. Okay. This is one of the guest checks from a German restaurant, and it's a used check. And I printed this cool globe on the front of it, but it's also a tuck spot. So you could put a piece of paper to journal on. You could tuck in, if you use this for a traveler's journal, you could tuck in things from your trip, whatever you want. And here we have a belly band. Again, just some images on, and then another one of the guest checks with an image printed on it. On the back here, now this paper that's you can kind of see in the background, this was truck parts. So it's a vintage catalog, and I thought all these shapes were fun. So I used that to line this. It's glued on, and then I've reinforced the places because it was very fragile. This is fabric, and I've reinforced the pages where things fold. So again, another one of those guest checks with a design printed on it, and one of Val's images printed on kind of a cardstock and run through the embossing machine. If I wanted to journal on this, I would probably glue a piece of lined or blank paper, maybe coffee dyed paper, on the back to make it a little easier to write on. But there it is. So let me close this up again. Okay. This is just going to wrap around. And then I want to show you the ephemera that is coming with this. So this whole envelope is just chock full of images. Some of Val's cards that are embossed. This is a bookmark, or you could use it as a belly band or as a tuck spot. So these, you've probably already seen some of these images throughout the book. They're not necessarily, they're often duplicates, but they can be glued on as tuck spots or as pockets, whatever you wanted with it. So here we go. So just some of these are just random images. A lot of them do come from Val. So here's Spot. Here's one of her envelopes that you can glue this together and glue it on or paper clip it in place. I have this little envelope with a few more gears, a couple more of those paper clips, and some chains and things. Here is another envelope, again, not glued together, and I didn't embellish the inside. This is something that you could do whatever you wanted with it. We have a tag, another tag, clock image. Here's from Val's kit. Look how beautiful these postcards are. And it's printed on cardstock. So you can definitely use them as journaling cards, or they could be used to embellish a page as a tuck spot, whatever you wanted. Here's this one goes like this. So some pretty intricate gears and stuff along with the bicyclist. And then here's just a printed on another one of those restaurant guest checks. Okay, so all of this will be going with the journal, and the winner will get all of this. Okay, so I think that'll make a nice little gift for someone to get. Now, I wanted to show you, first of all, some pages that are left. So here's some more ephemera. These are duplicates of things that were in the ephemera holder. So other than the fact that this paper was embossed, they're the same of what's already in there. So I didn't put them in to give away. Here we go on this gold paper, a couple of the postcards in a smaller version. Here's half of a page, so this was 2 pages. Okay, here's the postcards. You've seen these. Not sure if you saw this paper. I just love these designs. They're just beautiful. Here's the full size of the one with the bicycles up here and these gears. Look at this one. So pretty in a journal. And this one, and then there's some with this beautiful bluish color. Here we go. Here we go. So I have a bad habit. If my printer will get stuck, and it'll start printing all over again, so I'll get duplicates. So a lot of these are duplicates of things. The other thing, and this is also going to get stuck into the ephemera holder, I'm going to fold this up and send it the way it is. But what I like to do with these, when I have some tags that got printed on paper instead of being printed on, on a cardstock or something, they need to be a little bit thicker. They don't need to be horribly thicker. So what I'll do is I'll glue them on a piece of paper, and here's the back. It's this gorgeous page. And then what you can do is take it and fold these up, and then fold it up again. And this, it does extend it a little bit. It makes it a little bit longer, but it also gives you a little pocket at the bottom of it. Okay, so just very simple. Just here's where the tag ends. Normally, well, actually, it's right here. If you glue this, actually, it doesn't even have to go all the way up there. Fold this up a little bit, and then you fold this up, and you have a pocket at the bottom of your tag. So then this just gets glued in place. Let's just do that. Okay, so this is going to glue down because I don't want to worry about it coming up, and then this gets glued on the two sides, like this and like this. I generally just, because I'm too impatient to sit and hold them, I just clip these down and give the glue a little bit of time to set. Now you can ink around the edge of this. Here's a hole that you can punch out and put a tie through or something, and that just makes a really cute little tag with a little pocket here to put things in. So these are glued on the page. You can this can either just be cut off, and this will be the back of the tags, or it can be done the way I did those. So I'm just going to fold them like this. And will they go into the, they won't quite go in the envelope, so I'm going to cut the bottom off a little bit. Okay, and now this will go in. This will go in the envelope, and this one will go in the envelope, and it's like a sample. Okay, so put that right at the back, and that's that much more ephemera that's going. Okay, now last is the flip through of the journal that I'm keeping. Okay, so the way I did this is basically the same way that I did the front page for the plate for the other journal. Is I've mounted this postcard. It says enjoy the journey. In this case, I have a piece of cardboard that I folded some gold paper over, and then I took the copper metallic and brushed along the edge to give it more of that look. This is a gold button that I also brushed with the copper, you know, just painted it on with, and then I added some glitter on top of this one. The metal corners help with the look. Once again, on the back of this, I've used a button with a metal prong that goes through. Let me just show you. So I'm sure everybody knows what this looks like. But so here's a little white button that has the metal loop through the bottom. That can go through the hole. And then when I have them, sometimes I take this. The old button cards came with these metal things to hold them in place on the card. These are great to take off and to put through this to secure it if you want to do it that way. In this case, I just took one of my brass rings and put it through here, and then I hung a little charm on the brass ring, and that holds the button in place. Okay, so here's one of Valerie's pages. Now this journal is not complete. This is my journal. I'll be working on it over time, so it's not complete. But I did trim the edge of this one with this fabric that I thought was kind of neat. Look at how beautiful Valerie's page is. So in this one, I didn't cut the white edges off. The way this, I didn't print these borderless, so I had white edges and stuff. But this one I just inked, and then I added that metallic looking charm to it. Look at this beautiful page. She just did a lovely job. And I just cut the edges of this with different kinds of scissors to shape the edges. When you turn it over, that makes a little edge just on whatever's showing on the other side. This was white, so I just inked it up a little bit. Here we have a map, and on this side, with all the words on it, I got a piece off of one of the full-page digitals and glued it on for a journaling spot. Look how pretty this page is. Okay, just with the gears, I really like that. I goofed when I was printing these out, and I printed them front to back, but I made 2 copies of some of the pages. And what I did is I put 2 identical pages back to back. But that's okay, because they're both by another one. So here is a map, again, a smaller piece. And I just took fussy tore these out of one of the pages and this, and glued them on. This has a little bit of white down here. And you can see where I use the tape to take off some of the map so that you can make notes to write on that. This is tracing paper. It's actually something that I use to lay out a quilt, but I just thought those kind of designs were kind of interesting. Look at this gorgeous page. Okay, just beautiful. The gears and the boat floating through space, I love it. Okay, this was the pages that, some sort of vintage pages, and this was stuck together, and I didn't realize it when I put it in. But anyway, so I cut it apart and made this into a pocket. And then here we have one of Valerie's pages. Some of this is just vintage paper of one kind or another. Look at these guys in the airship. Oh, just love it. Okay, and here's the back of it. And then this is an envelope that's tied into the center of this. I have not taken these and put charms on them yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut them off or not. But this, by folding this in half in the center of this, it makes an interesting center page, and it also has places where you can put things. Like I said, if you're using this for a traveling journal, then having some pockets and places to put things is fun. Okay, here we have a pocket. It has, this is the same fabric that's on the front of the journal, trimming a piece of, it looks like it was something printed, a card or something. That's what it is. This was from inside some stickers or something that came, so packaging. Okay, here we have the 2 pages. Nothing done to those. Those can be decorated still. Look at this. Here's the airship again. Another map. Here we have this page again. And then this is more map decorated. So all of this is journaling space. This one I took a page and glued it onto some cardstock and just tore it tore here and cut here to make an interesting pocket on this. Okay, this is the second signature, and again I inked the edge here, and then I put a little bit of this. This was one of those pages from that old book that I have embossed, so it has some texture, and I put on here. This is an envelope. So this is the side where normally it would be open here. I glued this so that it would be close to here, so I could have a large pocket here to stick things when, grocery list, when you're shopping, all kinds of things that can go in there. Here's this beautiful blue page again. Just love it. Here I've torn a page that was misprinted and used it at the edge of this page for a little bit of edge embellishment here. We have a bag. This can be decorated up some more. Okay, here we go. Once again, on the back of this map, this is just lines, so I just glued some things down to make a writing spot. Okay, more. These pages are pretty subtle. So here's the other part. Remember I told you I had the guest check that I printed on and I'd cut a piece off? Well, here's the other part of it, used to make a tuck spot. Here we have, this is the page, the center of it, so it's the same page on both sides, so could have been better. Okay, here we have, again, embossed paper and some stenciling just to decorate the back of this page. This is light enough, even though it does have a design on it, so that you can journal on top of it. We have another little pocket. It's a double pocket here, 1, 2 to put things in. Here we have on the back of the map page, more journaling. And on this map here, I've taken the tape and put it across and really pushed it down hard. And then I took my distress ink and went over this page while the tape was still there. So then when I tore it off, these two I had torn off, so they're distressed looking, but the places where the tape was still there when I distressed it is now white. Okay, this is really pretty. So the other part of the bag. Look how pretty. Okay, have we seen this page before? Really, really a nice page. Now this is the front of the envelope on the other side, and this is glued down in the center so that this is 2 tuck spots, and then this is just, you know, decorating where it comes together. This whole thing can be decorated, and maybe in the future, but for right now, that's all it is. A lot of times I use lace. I didn't think the lace went with Steampunk, but I did think this ribbon with this little crosses on it worked well. And I just distressed along here a little bit so to help point out the edge of this tuck spot. And then it's the top of this pocket as well. This is a fun page from Vals Kit. I really like that one. This blue, it has lines on it, and it's easily something that you could write on this. And this little label place could either be decorated, or you could, you know, put the title of the page on it. So here we have another pocket that I didn't finish decorating. This page went in upside down, or maybe it printed on the back upside down. So I've been covering up, putting pockets on it so it's not quite so obvious that I blew it. Here we have a large tuck spot, and because it hangs over the side of the page here, it also works a little bit as a tab to this page. Okay, the back is just decorated and lots of journaling space and lots of fun. So here's the center one. Okay, here is a flip out. So all this space can be used for journaling. And then you have the map here as decoration. And then I glued part of a page over here, and this can be journaled on. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing with this Steampunk. So once again, this is a fancy cut here, glued down on the edge, and then it makes a flip on this side, or a pocket, side pocket. Okay, this whole thing is a tuck spot. Okay, here we have, this was the envelope that I kind of rushed over on the other side. So I've embellished the inside. It pulls out. This has got a tuck spot here, and then I just glued some of Val's pictures on for decoration. Here we go. Now below in the links, this is, once again, is a double tuck spot here and here. Okay, so once again, below this, there's quite a few videos showing how I did different parts of this journal, how I made it, and what I did with it, and also the folio. So all those links are below. But this is the video that you have to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and then tell Val on her launch video that you did all 3 of those on my channel, or one note that say you've done it on all of them, I guess. But anyway, this is the one that you need to like, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll come back to my channel again, and I hope you'll check out everybody else on this collaboration. There's 4 different kinds of papers. There's really something for everyone, I think. beautiful Victorian and flower kits, and just, so this would be probably the purple dried flowers. Here's Steampunk. This is the cream dried flowers, and no, this one here is the Victorian roses. I'm sorry, this is the purple dried flowers. But anyway, all 4 kits are gorgeous. The things that are being made are just beautiful, and there's a large variety for you. So I really think there's something for everybody. So check us out, like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.